That would be me.
Look who we're hanging with.
Ryan O'Halloran.
Jason David Frank.
Humberto Ramos.
Please do not change channel.
Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin' With Web Show. I'm GW Pomature. Thank you so much for logging on and tuning in. We'd love it if you go down and hit subscribe. You can make over and over again. Because we're going to have these guys, like, over and over again. So you got to come back, all right? So we are here at the Brevard County Renaissance Festival in Wickham Park in Melbourne, Florida. And we're hanging right now with...
The Limeybirds!
All right!
Well, actually, Garrett, we have a bit of surprise for you.
Oh.
So we are going to flip the tables.
Yep.
Oh no.
So
It's okay.
we've done our research.
We did some research. We have some very important questions.
Oh my.
We really do.
All right. So
They have. Oh. Okay.
so last year you interviewed us.
Right.
We did.
And we're
Yes.
like, we don't want to talk about us again. Limeybirds.com. But we
Like
love
it's on
fire
fire
stuff.
stuff.
Forward /
Fire
Limeybirds.
Yep.
That's right.
But yeah, friend these guys because they're like totally awesome. Yeah. Total BFFs. We hang out all the time.
Yes.
We can't show you that video because.
Yeah.
Right. So first things first.
They're not responsible for what they wore.
Who?
The girls.
Oh, we love them.
Yeah, we don't worry. No worries about them.
In fact,
The production team always wins.
Always.
Right.
Always.
She who edits last. All right, so all right.
Okay.
We're the Limey so welcome to our talk show.
Yes. Hello, World Wide Web.
Show.
You people out there in internet land.
You may know us from other websites, but we're going to focus in right now on
Because
this.
those ones we don't like. No.
No.
Right. So first things first. Now, you know we're at a Renaissance Festival.
Right.
I do.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
aware.
So what's with the vest?
I have to tell you this. I love this vest. And my sister bought this for me.
Okay.
Yes. And yeah.
Sorry, I swallowed my
said,
comment there.
Yeah.
I said all of the things I was supposed to say, right?
Okay, so
No, I do. I asked my sister and the girls and my sister-in-law in LA. I said, you know, this year, I always wear my sports coat and everything else. And I said, this year I want to do something a little bit different or whatever. And my sister ran with that. I don't know where she ran, but she did run with it.
I have an
vests
idea,
available.
but it's probably not a menswear store. I don't know. But you know,
So
we
she
like
did.
the snazzy ensemble.
So what you're
Very
saying
nice.
is this is the year of the vest.
Year of the best
it-
people.
Vest.
You've heard it here first.
Of the
Maybe.
snazzy vest.
The
Snazzy
vest.
Snazzy
It's-
vest.
Guys,
2018.
the paisley confuses me.
Yeah,
It
yeah, it does.
it's blinding.
It's like feelings.
Yeah,
It's very deep.
and sometimes they're shiny. Yeah,
You know,
and they're
the only-
soft.
What's great is, like, no matter what color I wear, and I have tried this, no matter what color I wear, it's in there somewhere.
So you're wearing the same
Isn't it
vest
always
over and
in
over
there?
again?
But
Is this what you're telling us?
but I'm never it's never the same. It's got a red shirt and a blue
So
shirt
you-
and a black
okay.
shirt.
Because I hate it when I show up somewhere and people are like dressed the same.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna have that.
Worse.
Yeah.
Well, you do have an astonishing repertoire of snazzy vests. Snaps from the Limeybirds. All right, so now you were in the Army.
I was,
For
as
a
a matter of
long
fact.
time. Tell us about
well,
that.
No, just 4 years.
4 years.
Yep.
Just 4 years.
Yep.
You were with the 25th Infantrymen.
I was.
That's a lot of babies.
A lot of babies.
Lots of them.
Yes.
Did you have a lot of pockets?
Like those
Where'd you
were
put 'em
like
all?
those big. Those are like not like, you know, combat survival things. Those are like diaper bags, right? In the infantry.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So-
you all know you've done your research.
Right.
That my I actually have cosplay Michael.
Yep.
I have 4 other boys.
Yes.
Yes.
And then, of course, our family is his, mine, and ours family.
Right,
So
of course,
right.
we have there are 3 others.
Yep.
There's 7, and then my oldest boy's mom remarried, and they have 4 daughters. There's 12 kids.
Wow. 7 brides for
goodness.
7 brothers.
That's
Right.
why so that's the infantry in me.
So you
There's
need
a
to.
lot of there were a lot of infants, and sometimes at
Oh
one
yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah.
You need to teach them how to play an instrument and go on the road.
Right.
They did in high school. They all
Right.
played musical instruments or acted or performed.
Yeah, put
they
those
were all
kids to
stage
work.
performers. I tried, and then
Your retirement is at stake.
that's what I could tell them. I said, you guys have to be big because I'm probably not. So I did. I told them to go out and get something, and then my oldest boy went off and joined the Marine Corps.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then his little brother went and joined the Army. And our daughter's in the Air Force.
Wow.
And so
She's the one.
yeah,
she's
she's
the
the
one.
smart one.
Yeah, right?
She's smart.
Yeah.
And
She's in
the
the
other
Air
guys had to go wherever they could get drugged by chain.
Right.
In, ugh.
Yeah.
And the Marines got one. So
Right.
We love, all the
we-
Army
yes.
stuff. So, but what part of your Army training brought you to all of this? I mean,
This.
like jumping from an airplane and then snazzy vests.
Web
TV.
Right.
Well,
How does one make that jump, if you will? See what I did there?
wow. The answer to that question takes about 30 years.
This is a really long web program.
It's a very long. Very
We got time. We're done our show.
stretch.
I haven't even lived that long yet.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Oh.
You are
Okay.
welcome.
Ah,
So,
that hurts.
I know, right?
She's got a very cutting.
She's mean.
Yeah, she's mean.
Yeah.
That's why she's in the back.
That's why she.
Okay.
Keep going, keep going,
Okay,
keep
so-
going. Well, wait, so other than meeting us,
Of course.
what's
Your
your
best day of your life.
The best cosplay, or on the concert, what's the best?
Wow. Well, tell you what, it's compartmentalized.
Okay.
So best cosplay. The best cosplay I've ever seen was a cosplay. I don't know his name. Forgive me. We didn't get to talk to him. He was walking around. He was amazing. He had a Boba Fett style costume, but it was done like in the colors of the current Marine Corps fatigues.
Oh,
And the name tag and the Marine Corps emblems. He was a Marine Mandalorian warrior.
Oh, wow.
And he was
Well,
it was amazing. It was
They're
really great.
the kick butt.
And one of my favorite interviews. You
Other
guys
than
were so
us.
much fun. That's
Of
right.
course.
One of my favorite interviews was a surprise to me. I didn't know it was coming.
Much like this.
much like this. But I got to interview Claudia Christian, who was the actress on Babylon 5
Yeah,
for
yeah,
many years.
yeah.
Also, she's a multiple book author, and I'm a huge fan. And
Have fun.
I was that's right. Way over there. So I was walking around Pensacon last year, and I was walking with a little cosplay Michael, and just hanging out with him for a little while. And we had what we call a con watcher. It's not a babysitter. You'll kill me. It's a con watcher.
Because big boys don't need
Big
babies.
boys don't need babysitters. And so she was running up. She's like, Dad, the girls need you right now. And I'm like, okay. So I'm hustling over there. And I get there, and they've got the cameras, and they've got my mic ready, and they're like, here, we have an interview for her. I'm like, okay, who? And it's, hey, Claudia, come on over here. And I'm like, It is not as interesting an interview as it normally would have been, because I had no forethought of questions, and I was kind of busy
A little bit
drooling.
starstruck, yeah.
A little
Right,
starstruck.
happens.
And,
Like
but-
now.
Much like
See how much she's
See?
drooling? Yeah.
I dabble, and it was amazing. It was
5 funny, enjoyable minutes. Because
Oh.
I didn't know what to say. Because as a host of the show, you should know a question, just
Right.
one.
Yeah,
You know,
at least.
maybe like
Professional tip.
my only question.
Know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Do your
sometimes-
research.
Yes, right. So my only question was, what am I doing here?
Was she good? Was she nice?
She was amazing.
Oh,
and
good.
So gracious. And she let me just kind of flub everything and go with it, and we had a great time. And
Okay.
so that was one of my favorite moments. Yeah,
Very nice. All right. So, you've worked as a newsie as well.
I have.
You have.
A newsie. I like that.
So,
That's-
were you
that's
in the
nice.
movie or just after?
Yeah.
That's an
Important
extra
questions
backstage.
today.
Oh, okay.
Backstage.
Backstage.
Yeah, no.
So, what's your most interesting story you covered as a newsie?
Well, interesting. Let's see. I think one of the most interesting stories I ever covered is I had the opportunity to interview a young man who had just returned from overseas with the service. Sadly, he was returning. He had one arm left of all of his limbs.
Oh my God.
Okay.
IED?
Yes. And it was very, it tore me up, just to be there. But to
Right,
interview
of
him,
course.
I was asked by his dad when they first called him. He said, we've talked to the news before. I'm really not a big fan. And I said, look, I promise you, what we were interviewing for was there was a group here in Brevard County that was building homes to suit disabled veterans.
Oh, wonderful.
So to their needs.
Nice.
And it was a fascinating story. I loved the concept and the idea. So we called him up. I said, I promise you, we're just going to sit and talk, just like we do here on the show. We're just going to sit and talk. And I won't, there's no gotcha here. All I want to know is, how he likes having the house and how it's working for him. We talked. It was a great story, but the best part of it for me was when I got up to leave, I just went to kind of give him a pat on the back and to thank him for his service. Excuse me for a moment.
Oh, it's okay.
It's good.
Was it like full-on bro hug?
It was. He kind of reached out and grabbed me, and then he thanked me for my service.
Oh.
Wow.
And
Here is my heart.
Yeah.
You may have that now.
it was an amazing moment. It just, as a journalist, you try to stay as detached as you can.
right.
Sure.
And he thanked me for my service. Here's this guy, and he's got one good arm left.
Wow, yeah.
And I went, I served, I came home, I met some amazing people. One of my dear friends from the service is actually here this weekend, hanging out with us.
We probably harassed him earlier.
Yeah, probably. His name is Brad, and he's a fantastic guy. We served together, Brad Moyer. And about 6 months ago, Brad decided his lifelong dream was to see the country, and so he left his job, left his home, and has been a hobo. He's been vagabonding.
Oh, so he works with us at the Renaissance. Pretty much.
So you know he's been vagabonding around, and he came to see me, and it's great to catch up and things like that. But that was probably the most interesting story
That's
that
amazing.
I ever did. The best coverage I ever did, though, I think, is I was able to cover a bank robbery.
Wow.
And I worked for a weekly newspaper, so it's very rare that you get like breaking news.
Right.
Because it's next week.
Yeah.
But it just so happened that the robbery, thankfully, occurred. No, not thankfully occurred, but occurred on.
We don't judge.
Whatever.
Don't judge.
It's like Wednesday, and it was the deadline day. So we went to deadline, and I was able to put the police sketch in it. And I got a call from the police the following week to do a follow-up story. The sketch in my article, they caught the guy that weekend.
Oh, man.
Very
So,
cool. So don't rob a bank when you're around.
Yeah.
No.
That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait till
That's
Wait
right.
until
We're
it's
robbing
really
bad.
good men. Well, this
Robbing
guy
bad.
actually, he like robbed the bank and then he hung out in the neighborhood. Like, it was weird. It's like looking for real estate or something.
Right?
So.
Yeah, can I buy that house in cash?
Yeah. There's some red flags that go up when you start doing that stuff.
Oh, yeah. This is just purple. I got it covered in the wash.
Yeah. Well, a lot of realtors get really nervous when you ask if you have to take your mask off or not.
Yeah.
They get a little.
Well, unless you live in
They're picky about that kind of stuff.
Unless you live in Toronto, when it's that cold, you have to.
Yeah, you
like,
can't
wear-
take the mask off.
Right.
'Cause
No,
it's like-
you'll freeze.
Yeah.
It's like flash frozen. It's like being in
Actually-
space.
Dude, you have no idea. They
it's like
actually
Titanic
have-
on your face.
I actually have a sign at my bank because we went downtown, and it's minus 30. That's almost where Celsius and Fahrenheit meet. It's freaking cold. And they actually have a sign in the door that says, "Please remove all face coverings before you enter." Yeah, it's a thing.
It's like the
Canada.
warning sign on an iron.
Yeah.
You think
Pretty much.
you think that it's understood, but
Or Tide Pods. Do not eat.
that's coming soon. Pretty
Right.
much. There will be
Coming
they'll have
soon.
to-
Yeah.
do
I don't
not
get that.
consume a Tide Pod. Yeah. So
You would think. What else we got?
wow, you guys really did your homework here.
So
Yes.
Wow.
So if you
It's like being on Barbara Walters.
well, let's talk about that for a minute. Go it. Sorry.
How about your feelings?
Blah, 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 blah. So tell me, wait, we need to like totally fuzz and diffuse. Do we have that kind of setting for the light to totally fuzz out the
Fuzz.
lines? It's still at 25. I love you, Barbara. Love you.
I've been asking for that technology
Yeah,
for a
right.
long time.
Well, you got a plan.
I got a plant.
There's a plan.
They gave me
You
a
got a plan.
plant. They took away my coffee cup, but they gave me a plant.
We forgot your coffee.
We forgot
cup.
them
Oh,
all.
We had your coffee cup. So, just a couple more things. So, if you could cosplay anything other than us,
I could cosplay.
if you could
Oh,
cosplay,
boy.
money's no object. You could be whatever.
This is expensive.
Yeah, you couldn't afford. But if you could be anything you
She
wanted
used the
to
same
be,
line during the show. I don't
kinda do,
understand.
Yeah.
gotta hit it home.
There you go.
What would you cosplay? Who?
What do I cosplay? Wow.
If you could be anyone, I feel like we're on like one of those tiny talent times. If you could be anything in the world, what would you be?
Yeah.
What is your dream?
Dream. Tell us your dreams.
That's It's so hard because you know what? This is my dream. I dream small.
You can be anything.
Anything.
A tent with the Limeybirds.
A tent with the
Many have that dream.
Limeybirds. There have been people. I don't know. I did tell the girls when we were at the Ren Fair.
Yeah.
I want a jacket. I want a coat. I want like one of those Renaissance.
With like those long, like a Captain Hook jacket or like full-on leather creepy jacket.
Right.
Because we can hook you up either way. Or no.
Yeah.
I think like a Captain Hook with darker colors. I'm not a red guy.
All right. Right
I
on.
like
Right
teal
on.
for you.
Yeah.
Well, then it would go. You can wear the vest.
There we go. The
Yes.
matches.
And we're going to bring it
And
back.
we're done.
All right,
There
so
we go.
one last question for you.
Absolutely.
You're originally from Utica, New
I
York.
am.
And that begins with you.
It does.
I owe you.
It does.
Tell us about you.
You would think so. Believe me.
That's actually on the Utica website.
We looked it
Utica
up.
begins with you, Y-O-U. Totally did. Google it.
You really got that from their website.
Yeah.
You can't make this stuff
it's
up.
legit
Wow.
on there.
Like, seriously,
God.
you
That's
can't.
where you're from.
Way to go, Utica. Yeah, you're from there. So, tell all these people out there that are just going to drop everything and book the next flight to Utica. What cool stuff is from Utica other than you? What?
Two things. We have two things from Utica that are really, really cool.
Surprises.
And believe it or not, I went to school at a Catholic school, St. Joseph St. Patrick's, in downtown Utica, in the West Side. And our parking lot, before I was born, West Side, whatever that is. They just did that. Like, So
We're very hip.
the parking lot where when I was in school, it was a playground or whatever.
Yeah.
10 years before that or whatever had been housing. It wasn't very good housing, obviously, because it was a parking lot when I went to school. However, that housing on that block, both Annette Funicello from the Mickey Mouse Club was raised there.
All right.
For those of you on YouTube, Google it.
Didn't she just die
A few years back,
ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
I did. And then, speaking of dead people, no.
Our favorite subject.
And
just so
also,
dark.
same
Super cheerful.
neighborhood, Dick Clark.
Oh, man.
Dick Clark's first show before American Bandstand was called Bandstand USA.
Yes.
And Bandstand USA was hosted by Dick Clark and by a gentleman by the name of Hank Brown. And they DJ'd together.
Cool.
Hank Brown stayed in Utica.
Right.
Dick Clark became Dick
Clark.
Clark,
Yeah,
right.
it was not the
undead.
Hank Brown stayed in Utica and actually emceed my wedding to Dina.
Wow. That's
So
cool.
when I married Dina, Hank Brown came up and he was a good friend of my dad's, and he emceed for us after just having come from emceeing the Olympic boxing that year.
Like you do.
So kind of
So
the same thing.
it was the same thing.
Your
Yeah.
wedding
Really,
boxing.
Your wedding
Yeah,
boxing.
yeah.
It's really
Lateral
similar.
move.
Right across.
And those are the cool things from Utica, both of them.
That's pretty cool. That's actually way cooler than I thought.
Way cooler.
All right.
Right on.
Very nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here today, hanging with the web show, literally.
Yeah, literally.
We are the Limeybirds. I'm Bunnie,
I'm Charity.
I'm Faith.
and we can do a little song for you. You want a sneak peek?
I would love.
You
a
want
sneak
like
peek.
a nice sneak peek?
Do you have a nice?
We do
sneak-
have a
I've
nice
seen
something
the show,
pretty.
guys.
I know
mean, is
you've
there a
seen the show,
nice
but we got like a
sneak
new
peek?
song
Oh,
that
okay.
we've been working on. We'll just sing the first chorus.
Okay.
Like-
Mics are all good, guys.
Mics
all
are
right.
good?
Let's
Cool.
okay.
Because we
Ready?
don't really know this one yet. We learned this literally on the drive to Florida.
I wrote it on my hand.
Actually, I think I have it on the other side of the notes. I'm not kidding. We're super professional and prepared.
So perfect.
All right, so I guess we're gonna sing out, and thank you so much for having
Yes,
us.
thank
today.
you.
Thank you so much, ladies, for
Yeah.
coming on the
Thank
show
you.
again. We have always had a good time with these guys. Check out their Facebook following. Check out the links down below so you can find these guys on the web and you know where they're going to be. Because they're always on tour. They're somewhere.
Somewhere.
They're
We get them
always
nearby.
somewhere. And you can watch their Facebook Live videos when they run into like inclement weather. And you know, you can literally, they're like, it's a great group of people to hang out with. And if it's cold, they're just all bundled together like
Yeah,
in a
we
group.
just
like
we
a gaggle.
cuddle.
They cuddle.
We layer.
We have
It's
cuddle
great.
time.
Layer.
So,
Yeah.
On the floor.
okay, so
Right.
we're they're gonna do a song, right?
We're gonna sing a
And
song. Yeah, ready? 1, 2, ready? Sigh no more, ladies, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. One foot in sea and one on shore. To one thing constant never. Then sigh not so, but let them go. And be you blithe and bonny. converting all your sounds of woe into hey nani nani, hey nani nani, hey nani nani.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Guys, I'm GW Pomature. You know more about me now than you should. And remember, folks, we're hanging here with the Limeybirds at the Brevard Renaissance Fair. Come back over and over again. Remember, subscribe, log on, tune in, see who we're hanging with next.